Hello and welcome to our Live True to You podcast. I'm Juna.
Sabine.
We're from Synergy in Motion, and every week we bring something juicy that we've been contemplating and what's up in the air and what's currently happening. And this week is the energy of contemplating the mysteries of the universe. Kind of a big thing, right? Is like the pressure to know and to know how things work and why is this and how is this. So this pressure to understand the mysteries and to know the mysteries. And yet what happens sometimes is that we start head tripping and really, feeling this pressure that I have to know the unknowable. But there's the key word, unknowable. And it's about being okay with not knowing all the unknowable, right? But there's this desire, this pressure, this yearning to dive into the mysteries this week. And then there's another energy that also kind of grounds it and keeps us from going like way out there into the outer reaches and brings us back down. And that's the energy of limitation. Yeah, we can't know all the mysteries of the universe as much as we want to, as much as our head wants to understand and figure it all out. No, we have to understand the mysteries. We come from our hearts. We come from a whole other place. And so that's the theme of this week. And when we can really embrace and accept our limitations as, we're human beings, we're spiritual beings having a human experience, there's a lot of limitations, time, money, resources. We might feel like, we're limited and, maybe we live the same day over and over and it seems very mundane when actually we're living in a magical, mysterious universe. And, how can we connect to that on a day-to-day basis and keep it juicy and keep that creativity flowing, right? That we can find the magical in the mundane.
Mm-hmm. And for me, I love contemplating the mystical, of course. And sometimes Juna is the most mysterious being in my world when we live together and I don't understand her. And I try to understand her with my head. It doesn't work at all.
Oh, my goodness.
But when I let my heart speak, I don't need to understand with my mind. I can just know it's okay. She's different. I'm different. So this week, really watch when you're head tripping into understanding something that's not understandable, where you try to live in a world of logic, of the mundane, when it really isn't, right? In the world of logic, 1 and 1 is always 2, always. That's consistent, right? But in the magical, 1 and 1 is not always 2. Like, for example, you put us 2 together, 1 and 1 equals way more than 2. We create juicy podcasts. We create lots of other things together. We're way more than 2. Or when you walk into a room that is dark and you switch the light switch on, you add light to darkness. There's not 2. There's just light, right? So there are many, many examples in life where we pretend it's logical, but it actually isn't. Why do we love? That's not logical, but it's mystical, it's magical. And our mind cannot comprehend that. And when you live your life from your mind, you're trying to limit the magical into the logical. Doesn't work. The logical has its place in life, in living, absolutely. When I pay my bills, you bet 1 and 1 is 2. But when I love Juna, 1 and 1 is not 2. It's something completely different. So the bridge from the mundane to the magical is our creativity. That's the space from which we can live in both worlds, bridging the limitation of the logical, of the mundane, into the magical. And that doesn't go through your mind. That comes from your being. It's like a guidance system. Or you could even say your creative genius is your guide into the magical, because it lifts you beyond the limitation of your mind and allows you to live the beyond, or not even beyond, but live in the wealth of the limitation. So when you think about a canvas that is limited, it's this much space, what are you going to do with it, right? And use the limitation to express your genius, your creativity.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's really kind of ironic with this whole journey of accepting the limitations of, you said, like the blank canvas, or the time limits that we have, and you accept that, and when you can really get, oh, I've only got this much time, I've only got this much money for now. What am I going to do with it? All of a sudden, your creativity can come online, and you find all these different creative ways of how you can use your time, how you can use your money, how you can use your resources. And then what it does, it can transport you into the mystery and play. Creativity is a lot to do with play and the heart. And we get really, really serious in our adult lives. And it's about bringing this energy of play and this heart energy versus the head. The head always wants to know, it wants to be safe, and it thinks it's safe when it repeats something that it knows. But in order to be truly creative and really penetrate the mysteries, you have to step out of the box of what your mind, has done in the past. So what can you do? It's like all the different ways you can play, like, draw outside the lines, dance, do something different. Like, how can you be creative this week and tap into the mysteries and the magic while you're living in the mundane world, while you're living in the everyday world? Mm-hmm. That's really the challenge. And what would it take to take us up on that? We're taking ourselves up on that challenge as well this week. Mm-hmm. And we've got some creative ideas that we're already cooking on. And we have this amazing Activate Your Creative Genius self-study course, which is helping you to find all these different creative ways to pop you out of the mundane, to pop you out of your head tripping, and really get you into your heart, to connect to your creative genius that is within you. You were born with a creative genius. Even if you never think that you're creative or you don't think you're a genius, you are. You have this within you. It's like a muse. It is your specific frequency that is here to live only as you can. And so what a better time of year to activate your creative genius. At the beginning of 2024, hey, we're heading into some changing times. So do you want to live true to you and your genius and your magic? Or do you want to continue to live in the mundane world? So it is really imperative and to live true to you, and you will find your internal navigational system. You will reconnect to who you truly are and be, redirected into the life that you're born to live. Mm-hmm. It's so beautiful. And we bring a lot of creativity in. Like I said, play is super important. And so there'll be some dancing, some opportunities to draw, to doodle, to just kind of get out of the box of, your head tripping. So you'll go into your heart, you go into who you are and the juice of who you are as a being in this world, so that you can tap into the mysteries and the magic of who you are as a being versus the human doing that you might feel really connected to when you head trip and try to think, what am I doing here? What am I, so this will get you into more of who you are and living true to you. And then you'll see why we're so passionate about why it's so cool to live true to you, right?
So how will we make this even more juicy and say, let's slash this price in half for the next 2 weeks till
the end of January. Okay, how about that?
Till the end of January.
January 31. January has 31 days, right? So, and anyways, we'll put a link into our right here. Wherever we put the link there, we'll put the link in so that you can access this. And it's a self-study course, so you can do it at your own pace, no pressure. It's just a fun thing to do whenever you have 5 minutes, and then you just read something, think about it, contemplate it, and then you can bring it into your daily life. So anyways, enough said. And we hope you can tap into the mysteries and magic of what it is to be you in this world.
And awaken your creativity in the process.
Yes. Okay, so we will see you next week. We'll be back for more. Until then, bye.
Thank you.